How's it going, guys? Combo Highmine here with another episode of Raft. This is tower number 2 that I am building in creative mode. I did do somewhat off camera. That is the tower. It is 20 stories high. If you haven't seen me building it, go watch my previous episodes on it. I haven't done the walls yet. I will. Pretty much everything on the upstairs is complete. What I did do is I spaced out everything how I wanted. There's a fence there. So it's pretty much going to be some sort of hotel resort kind of style thing. Why I say that is because I did create, so on each corner like so will be two identical towers going straight up on opposite corners as well. So I will have in total, to start off with, 5 identical towers to this. They are going to be identical, same width, same height, same dimensions, same everything. In between those, I do have 2 other pads. Those are for, you know, private little huts kind of style. I am going to put a table here for people just to sit down and enjoy. Speaking of tiny little huts, this is what I built off camera after my previous episode. Tables are down, chairs are not down yet. I just wanted to get all this down and working. I had an issue getting the doors to work on the stairs. With a little bit of glitching, I got it to work. This would be the bedroom. You know, you get some privacy, you get to close the doors. You don't want windows all the way around the tower. That means people get to look in all the time. All you gotta do is go outside. I was thinking of removing this little fence area, putting a chair there. Would be nice to have some sort of patio chair and not just a kitchen chair, but I'm sure something like that will come in the future updates. So what I am going to do in this episode, I've already started with that one. I just put the pillars down, so I would have an idea as to where the pillars would be. Obviously, it's not going to be 100% identical. I would love it to be, but for that to work, I would have to face that and be on the first one and one in. So I can't because there is no connector there. So I will just guesstimate the area. Let's rotate this. What if I put it right there? So I think I have it centered. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on the 6th. So if I remove it and move it right on this one here, that will be on the 6th block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. So regardless, it's not going to be centered. Question is, how far am I from the pillar? If I'm 2 from the pillar, then I am in the right location. And I am 2 away from the pillar. Second one in, 2 away from the pillar. That should be pretty. Second one in, and we are 1 and 2 away from the pillar. So that is going to work right there. So we got to build pillars. I always build pillars around my staircases, structural integrity, and then line all the pillars up. That is the bad thing about having to build, is the pillars. You need pillars pretty much absolutely everywhere, which kind of prevents you from being able to build a huge, for example, kitchen with multiple tables and chairs, of course. Floors. So now I should be able to do one entire floor if I don't fall through the floor every single time. I'm trying to go faster than the game is letting me. So This will be the commencement of tower number 2. Which is going to be, damn it! Which is going to be extremely long and tedious to build all of them. Not just the completion of the tower itself, but building all the walls, because there's a lot of walls to be built there. Thank God for creative mode. Ladder, no, not ladder, staircase going upwards here. Pillars. And then I went every second one. Regardless, I have to put them every first one. I guess I'll go every second one, just so 1, I don't get confused, and 2, I don't waste any of you guys' time watching me put pillars absolutely everywhere. So this will be easier for lining them up. Why will you not click? Later on, yeah, what I was gonna say is I would like to have some catwalks interconnecting with the towers. It would be nice anyway. I know how to do it. It's a very long and tedious process, but it works. But how would it work over the huts? Well, they kind of line up on the edges. So it would kind of be possible. Even if it's not, like it would be like right about here. I guess put a catwalk over this water area where Sharky is. Something like that. That is going to be later on if I figure something out. If I do, if I don't. Okay, we need one more pillar right there. That should complete this one. We are good for another section of floor, another floor entirely actually. And just like so. Now we are climbing on this side here, so I need a staircase facing that direction like so, and more pillars. These ones does not matter. I put ropes here anyway. I just don't want to fall down the ladder. Not that we have any fall damage. It's just a pain to constantly have to climb back up. Obviously, you do not utilize any of this space in creative mode. There's no point in building the smelters, the grills. Build your creations for the fun of it. Come on. That's it. We're good for next floor. Seems to be a little bit laggy today for some reason. I don't know why. I did just finish playing some GTA 5 with the LSPDFR mods, but that shouldn't lag the computer. It is going to be a massive raft. I know there are some lagging. There used to be some lagging issues with how big you would create your raft. I do believe those were fixed though. The game has come a very long way since what it was before. I used to play back in the alpha beta versions. I remember the first, well, maybe not the first one because it didn't start playing exactly at the first one, but one of the first versions that ever came out of Raft was extremely basic. You had absolutely nothing. now you get to build a whole ton of stuff. The new crouching is super awesome, and it was extremely useful for all the way up there. If you haven't watched my previous video on that, go watch the video. You will see what I mean, why crouching was very useful for me. Pillar here. They're always working on updates. It is very good for developers to be on the game, on the ball, reading the comments, the community forums, the requests. I would like a, well, I don't really want a multiplayer. Multiplayer is already available. What would be nice would be a utopia idea of kind of like an open world, open ocean area where anybody could show up with their raft. It could be some kind of trading grounds. I don't know, something like that would be awesome. Show up with my raft. There is a docking system. I dock my raft down, get out of my raft. I go socialize with other people because us gamers never socialize with anybody. We don't have a life. We do not see the sun. Well, I do have a full-time job outside in the sun, so I kind of do see the sun a little bit. But besides that, gamer community is, you make friends by playing multiplayer games. And I've made friends, a few friends playing Tom Clancy's The Division, which I am super excited for The Division 2 to come out. I did purchase Tom Clancy's Wildlands, Ghost Recon Wildlands as well months ago. Never downloaded it, never played it. I have a lot of games on my Steam account that I do not play, I guess. I don't have neither the time, I have the patience, it's just I just don't have the time to install all of them, play all of them. But I get bored quickly, just like I guess anybody else would get bored quickly of a game. I have a lot installed on my PC and I never seem to know what to play. And I just fell through the floor. I don't like the darkness in creative mode because it's kind of hard to see. You can still see what you're doing, but it's a little bit harder. I could always go sleep in my hammock all the way up in my tower. But let's just keep going. Just like yonder so. Need another ladder. I always say ladder. Set of stairs going up right over here. This is all going to be closed in. The staircases, that is. We did experiment on the other video, on my older video, about stacking these too high, having double height walls with ceilings, but I chose not to go down that route because when you build a wall on top of a wall, there's a gap in between the two that should be where the floor is, hiding that gap. And I did not like the fact that the gap was there. It didn't look right to me. It was bugging me, so I removed it. I just went with single height, normal height ceilings. The one reason why I wanted double was because of a chandelier. You can put a lantern on the ceiling, which makes a chandelier on a normal height ceiling. So what I'm doing here, just one pillar up. If you put a chandelier on the ceiling, it is a hitbox. It is a hit object that you have to walk around of, which kind of sucked. So I decided not to go down the route of having chandeliers on the ceiling. The music in here is pretty nice actually. It's relaxing and calming. We got a long ways to go, so I am going to end this episode here. It is a short one, although I don't want you guys just to watch me build the tower. I'm gonna come back and recap once this tower is complete. I don't know how many floors up we are. I'm gonna guide it once I'm at the top and then do a count, I guess. I will continue those later on as well. Those are pretty much finished. I just gotta furnish them, but I do got 2 more to build there, and here eventually. But I have 1, 2, 3.5 towers left to build, not including all the walls to be built. I'm hoping that the little lag that I am experiencing right now is because I am recording and not the fact that I am building an immense raft, which should not be an issue because I do believe the lagging issue that came originally with the game has been fixed. So that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to watch the next episode, which will be when this tower is complete. I will see you guys in just a little bit.